Rolling!
Rolling, guys.
Hi, hello, this is Peter. Today I'm going to review HORRORSTÖR by Grady Hendrix. I have looked forward to this book. I finally got it from the library here in Easter and I read it in one day. So, what do you think about it? I'm going to tell you about the story, what happens in it, and I have some questions. Why IKEA? It's not really IKEA, but the shop is called Orsk, but it looks like IKEA, right? So why IKEA? And finally, is it really horror? It looks really harmless, so is it horror? Well, HORRORSTÖR is about 25-year-old Amy. If you were really evil, you would call her a trailer trash girl, because she's grown up in a trailer with her mom, her alcoholic mom, and she has a poor childhood. But now she has her, not her own apartment actually, she lives together with 4 friends and she always behind with the rent. And right now she has to pay $300 to her friends if she's not going to be thrown out of her apartment. She has dropped out of college, unfortunately, and she has ended up in this Orsk shop, who is not IKEA, it's a competitor to IKEA. Everything looks like IKEA here, so. But she works at Orsk, and at Orsk there are 2 kind of employees. There are the kind like Amy, who needs a job, a quick job, who, where you can get a little more than minimum wages. And then the kind of types like her boss, Basil, and he works there as a lifestyle. He loves all the procedures and all the rules in Orsk, and he really harasses Amy with all that procedures, and she hates him. She wants to be transferred back to her old Orsk shop, but not yet. Basil is going to decide if she's going to get transferred back. Then there is Ruth Ann, and Ruth Ann is in her 40s, and she's a really kind person, the one everyone likes. She doesn't talk shit about anyone, and she loves Orsk like her family because she hasn't a family. When Ruth Ann goes home after a day at Orsk, she just watches television with her dog, not a real dog, with her stuffed animal, Snoopy. So that Ruth Ann's life. Well, strange things are happening in this Orsk shop. Furniture are smashed in the night, glass splintered all over the floor, and poop smelling stuff. Basil says it isn't poop, it's just substance. But poop smelling stuff are all over the sofas, and it's a pain for Basil because he's the perfect manager. He wants to be the perfect manager, and he can't have his shop in Cuyahoga, Ohio, looks like, that he doesn't control it very well. So, on the video surveillance cameras, no intruders are seen at all, so it's very strange. People are talking about ghosts, but Basil doesn't believe in ghosts. But he believes in night watches, and he picks Amy because she needs the money. She is the sure thing actually, and she says yes because she needs the money, the $300 for her friends, so she can keep staying in her shared apartment. And then Ruth Ann says yes because she's so faithful to Orsk at every time. So Basil and Amy and Ruth Ann are going to have this session, a night watch at Orsk, to see what's happening and why it's happening. And first it felt like a contemporary novel because the characters are defined so well, and that works pretty good. And then the action takes place, the strange thing, the scary thing starts happening 1/3 in the book, and it gets really creepy. And it surprised me because it looks so harmless, this catalog. Could an IKEA catalog be scary? But yes, it can. So that leads me to the questions. And the first, why IKEA? Well, is it fun to make a young adult novel like an IKEA catalog? Well, yeah, I think so. I think it's very fun. In the beginning, it's funny. You can see all the info here. We have all the floors drawn, all the policies drawn. Grady Hendrix has even designed furniture that is OSC's own furniture. Called them funny names, who sounds like Scandinavian, but isn't Scandinavian at all, and that's the fun part for us who lives in Denmark and Sweden. That Dritzek, you kind of know what it is, but Arsenal chairs, you know what it is, but it doesn't really say it. And you got actually an employee card from Grady Hendrix himself with a really funny looking, stupid looking picture. Have a question, just ask. So this catalog is really perfect, but why is it fun? I mean, you can watch all those things and yeah, that's fun the first 30 seconds, but why does it stay fun? It stays fun because Grady Hendrix asks a lot of questions about our way of shopping. We don't just go into the sofa department and choose a sofa and check out. We actually have to use the escalators to go to the second floors in these IKEA-like shops, and we have to take a path like we are small mice running in a maze. And when we have seen all the furniture, I mean everything, on the second floor, we are let down to eat, and we don't want to eat. We let down to the ground floor where all the plates and candles and the frames and plants and lights are, and then we can check out, and we use at least $100 because we get before we get out of an OSC shop. And it's like we're hypnotized. We all go the same route, like we are dressed, we like trained monkeys. And Grady Hendrix asked a lot of questions about that, and that was pretty fun to see oneself in an IKEA shop, like a mouse in a maze. So that's why the IKEA theme stays fun and stays interesting. Is it really horror? Well, the cover looks really harmless. Is this a horror novel? Yeah, it actually is a horror novel. It's a slow starter, but like in Stephen King's The Shining, where you get all those interesting characters defined very well. You also get Amy and Basil and Ruth Ann defined extremely well, and you kind of love them. They are totally each other's opposites, but you like them because they have reasons to be the one they are. It feels not like they have chosen that position themselves, and they all end up in this OSC shop, and you feel with them and you can relate to them. And first, when you can relate to people, it gets scary when something happens to them. And something happens to them after, I guess, 1/3. It's a pretty slow starter. When the action first begins, it really is gruesome. So the horror is it's funny too, but the horror is kind of like blood spattering, like in the Saw movies. There are ectoplasm, they have seances, and it gets pretty scary actually. So not like scary that you can't sleep afterwards or can't go to the bathroom and brush your teeth, but I thought it was pretty mystery scary, kind of. HORRORSTÖR, I will give it 4 out of 5 stars for the story. I think it works really well. It's a great theme, and if I should see it overall with the concept with the OSC shop and the furniture and this catalog, I would say the unique original idea is to 5 out of 5 stars. So that's the rating I will end up at. Grady Hendrix from Scandinavian, Peter in Denmark. close to Sweden and IKEA, you'll get 5 out of 5 stars. If you like horror mystery, I think this is a great read. It's a must read, and it isn't difficult at all. So if English isn't your first language, you can easily read this too. Thanks from here, Pete from Denmark. Enjoy HORRORSTÖR, enjoy your Easter. Bye.